Hi guys, hello everyone. Let's join quickly to our today's class Vishnu Kundina dynasty. Till date we have all looked about the other dynasties Abhiras, Ikshvakus, Shatavahanas and before Shatavahanas dynasty. But this Vishnu Kundina dynasty is very closely related to the Ikshvakus dynasty. Remember I have used this picture in the Ikshvaku dynasty classes also. This was our cover page for Ikshvaku dynasty also. That was because Ikshvakus, they considered themselves to be close to Lord Rama. Likewise, this Vishnu Kundina dynasty also have many similarities with the Ikshvaku dynasty. This is the very reason I asked yesterday you guys to do the homework of Ikshvakus. You have to study about Ikshvakus and only then talk about Vishnu Kundina dynasty. Okay, so as Vishnu Kundina dynasty were closely associated with Ikshvakus, they were following or they were the devotees of Sri Parvata Swami, which is in Nagarjuna Konda. Remember about Ikshvakus, they were also called as Sri Parvatiya Andhras. Like that, Vishnu Kundina dynasty, they were very much following Sri Parvata Swami. Yeah. So this is the main reason behind having this picture in this place. Moving forward, the basic main inscription, the source of Vishnu Kundina dynasty has been our Tummalagudam inscription. Guys, Tummalagudam inscription is very important when we are talking about Vishnu Kundina dynasty. That is because initially we used to feel that this Vishnu Kundina dynasty must be really small, like almost around 2-3 kings and that's it. But after Tummalagudam inscription, we have inscription number 1 and then inscription number 2, which are Tummalagudam inscription. This is in Indrapala Nagara, and Indrapala Nagara is in Nalgonda district. Yep. So here is the slide of Tummalagudam place, but with this inscription mainly we understood that not only just 2-3 kings, there have been a hierarchy of kings. There are so many kings which belongs to Vishnu Kundina dynasty. I'll maximize this and show to you guys where actually Tummalagudam is. See, you can easily relate. This is Hyderabad and here we have Tummalagudam, which is in Nalgonda. Let me get back this to the normal. Yeah, and if you ask me the territory of it, we normally get to know the territory of it by using the coins. Wherever the coins are found, wherever the inscriptions are found, we just say that okay, these places there is a possibility or they have ruled those regions. That's why we find the inscriptions or the coins, and these inscriptions we have found at Ileshwaram in Nalgonda, Kondapuram in Medak, Karimnagar district, Kisaragutta near Hyderabad. So these are the areas where all we found the coins, and we say that Vishnu Kundina dynasty, they actually ruled these areas. Okay, now I'll quickly show you the territory also, since we are talking about it in the stage where coins have been found. Okay, so here is the map. You see this area. This is Nalgonda. In Nalgonda where it is Tummalagudam, and in Karimnagar, Medak and Hyderabad. So this area was under the control of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. You see this area. Okay, hope it is clear. So Nalgonda, what is the area, guys? It is Ileshwaram, where the coins have been found. I'm not talking about the inscription, but the coins is in Ileshwaram, and then the inscription is Tummalagudam inscription. And Karimnagar, whenever we talk about Karimnagar, it should be either Dholikatta or Kotilingala. So in this case it is Kotilingala, and in Medak it is Kondapur or Kondapuram, and then in Hyderabad it is Kisaragutta. So this is the territory of the Vishnu Kundina dynasty also. We have covered it in this place only. After this, what we are saying is, other than these places, other than Telangana, we have also found the coins in MP and MH, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Where it is Panar, Brahmapuri, Prakasa, Nevesa regions of MP, Nasik and Nagpur of Maharashtra. Guys, this is not important because this is not in Telangana. Okay, and then the inscription of Madhava Varma. Madhava Varma is one of the kings of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. He is one of the very famous kings because he has been included in the inscription which talk that Madhava Varma, he played a major role in establishing the dynasty for themselves. Okay, this is why Madhava Varma is important. Guys, he is also the son of the Vishnu Kundina dynasty founder. We are going to talk about the hierarchy of the kings also. After sources only we look into the hierarchy, right? So his inscription was found at where, guys? This is found at Khanapur in MH. And talking about the ruling period of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. Guys, you see in the starting here at this point I normally give the dynasty rule time, ruling period and all, but for this I haven't given. For all other dynasties like you see Vakatakas and all, I have given the ruling period, and few others like Abhiras and all, I have given the ruling period. But for Vishnu Kundina I did not provide ruling period because the inscriptions which we found, they did not mention about the ruling period of any of the kings. Like the ruling period was not known, no details were given of their kingdom, what is the expansion of the kingdom, how many battles they fight, nothing was given. The only details which we found was the names of those kings and whichever donations they have given, only those information we found. So the ruling period is not at all known. Like in Shatavahanas, you see the Saka year, at least they follow those Saka years. But here no Saka year also. So actually the ruling period we cannot tell certainly. But still, in the very beginning I have just provided 380 to 621 AD because these are the ruling periods of the kings of that time I have taken into consideration, and I am not carrying it forward because it is not certain, because from so and so time we cannot say perfectly that this is the Vishnu Kundina dynasty time. You see, we have found the sources in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh also. With this we can say that Telangana, Madhya Pradesh and MP, all these three areas were under the Vishnu Kundina dynasty. Only Tummalagudam inscription, only this inscription, it mentioned about the year of the particular ruling king. That is, I am providing here, right, 380 to 621. Based on that inscription only, we are able to say that, okay, from this year to this year, the kings might have been ruled. And not only the year, but తిథులతో పాటు వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేటోళ్ళు, అంటే ఈ మంత్ పూర్ణిమ నాడు, ఇంకా ఫోర్త్ నైట్ అది చెప్పేటోళ్ళు. ఆల్ దీస్ పర్టికులర్గా చెప్పేటోళ్ళు బికాస్ అప్పట్లో డేట్స్ ఉండే కాదు కదా. సో దే యూస్ టు ఫాలో ద తెలుగు క్యాలెండర్, దట్ ఈస్ తిథి, మంత్, పక్ష అంటే ఫోర్త్ నైట్, ఇవన్నీ వాళ్ళు చెప్పేటోళ్ళు. ఓకే, ఆ స్టార్స్ కూడా చూసి ఓకే ఈ టైంలో, ఈ నక్షత్రం టైంలో మనం ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ రాస్తున్నాం. సో దిస్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వాస్ ప్రొవైడెడ్ ఇన్ ద తుమ్మలగూడెం ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఆఫ్ నల్గొండ. So there are mainly two inscription, guys. What is it? The first inscription and the second inscription. These are just the inscriptions photos which I am showing you, guys. This is the inscription photos of Tummalagudem inscription. This is how it is written. Okay, today we are going to just study about the inscription because day 1 it is always about sources and day 2 it is ruling period of the kings. Okay, in the sources we have seen that it is two inscription, first inscription of Tummalagudem inscription and then second inscription of Tummalagudem inscription. Now when there are just two sources, it is very important to understand who gave this inscription. These two inscriptions, who has given, we have to and must know, guys. So the first inscription is given by Govinda Varma. Govindavarma is one of the kings of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. We will see his hierarchy after whom he comes. It is Madhavavarma. We have seen Madhavavarma, right? This Madhavavarma inscription, and this Madhavavarma's son is nothing but Govindavarma. Okay, when he was ruling for almost 37 years, he gave this inscription in Vaishakh month Purnima. This contains 32 sentences. Okay, now remember in Ikshvakus I told you only one inscription was found, which is Phanigiri inscription, and that inscription just had 10 lines, but it gave so much of information. Similarly, this Vishnu Kundina inscription, it just had 32 lines and it gave these 3 names in that inscription, and it talked about few other members from their family. So it had 32 sentences, and this was given in Purnima Vaishakh month. Vaishakh month is the Telugu months. It starts from Chaitra, Vaishakh, Jyesht, Ashadh, Shravan, Bhadrapad, Ashvij, Kartik, Magshik, Pushp, Marg, Phalgun. So these are the Telugu calendar names of during that time. So Vaishakh, normally you say this Chaitram, it starts from the month of March or Sankranti after that, right? So that is considered the first month of Telugu calendar. So Vaishakh would be the second month, meaning April time, and Purnima was the Tithi, and it had 32 sentences. He gave this inscription. Who? Govindavarma. Very, very important. Put 1, 2, 3 star marks. Okay, so Govindavarma, he has given this first inscription, and in this inscription the names of 3 ruling kings was mentioned, like his father's name and again his father's name. So 3 generation information was given. ఇంకా ఈ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ చేసే టైంలో, రాసే టైంలో వాళ్ళు బుద్ధాని పూజించారు. ఎవరిని? బుద్ధాని పూజించారు. మనం ఏమనుకున్నాం, శ్రీ పర్వత స్వామిని పూజించేటోళ్ళు కదా వీళ్ళు. స్లైడ్ 1లో ఇక్కడ శ్రీ పర్వత స్వామిని చూసినాం. సో శ్రీ పర్వత స్వామిని పూజించి ఉండాలి కదా, మళ్ళీ బుద్ధిజం ఎందుకు వస్తుంది ఇక్కడికి అనేసి డౌట్ రావచ్చు. సో కానీ ఆ టైంలో వాళ్ళు లార్డ్ బుద్ధాని ప్రే చేశారు. నాగార్జున కొండ పీపుల్, దే వేర్ మోస్ట్లీ ఇంక్లైన్ టువర్డ్స్ బుద్ధిజం, రైట్? అండ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ థింగ్, దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ప్రెసెంట్ ఇన్ నాగార్జున కొండ ఓన్లీ. అంటే విష్ణు కుండిన డైనస్టీ నాగార్జున కొండలోనే ఉండేటోళ్ళు, ఇన్ అండ్ అరౌండ్ నాగార్జున కొండ, బికాస్ శ్రీ పార్వతీయ స్వామిని పూజించేటోళ్ళు కాబట్టి శ్రీ పర్వత ఇంకా నాగార్జున కొండ మధ్యలో వీళ్ళు ఉండేటోళ్ళు. సో దే వేర్ ఆఫరింగ్ ప్రేయర్స్ టు లార్డ్ బుద్ధ. ఆ టైంలో దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ డొనేషన్స్. ఎప్పుడైనా ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ రాస్తే కింగ్స్ వాళ్ళ గొప్పతనాలు రాసుకుంటారు. సో దే హ్యావ్ టోల్డ్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్ దాట్ ఓకే, నేను ఈ దానాలు చేసినాను, నేను చాలా జనరస్గా ఉంటాను, నా ప్రజలకు ఏం కష్టం రాకుండా నేను చూసుకుంటాను, అండ్ వాళ్ళని వాళ్ళు కింగ్స్ అని కూడా రాసుకున్నారు. సో ఆల్ దిస్ good information they have written about themselves. They told that okay, they have so much of knowledge. They called themselves as Raja, and they were very generous towards the servants, relatives and everything. They have given lot of donations. Among those donations, they have mainly donated 2 villages. This was donated by Parama Bhattarika, who is the wife of Govindavarma, guys. So Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi, she has donated 2 villages, which is Embudala and Penkapara. These 2 villages his wife donated. Who? Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi. And normally the donation of Buddhist viharas was very famous during that time. Viharas meaning what, guys? I told you there are 2 things, Buddhist viharas and Buddhist chaityas. Chaityas are temples, viharas are the residential home of Buddhist people. So this information was provided from the first inscription of Tummalagudam of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. Now what about the second inscription? The second inscription, it gave little more information. Okay, this gave information almost for about 5 hierarchies. That is after Govindavarma information. Here until Govindavarma it is ending, right? Here it starts from Govindavarma, and this was given by Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman. He is also called as Vikramendra Varman II. Okay, he issued this inscription in his 11th ruling year. Here what it is Govindavarma, he gave it in 37th ruling year. With this what can we say? He ruled for almost 37 years, and with this what we can say, he has ruled for almost 11 years. Okay, when did he give this? Kartik in second fortnight, and this had 55 sentences. That is not much important, just for information. You have to relate this with Ikshvaku dynasty. Since Phanagiri inscription had 10 lines, like that our second inscription and first inscription had also few lines in it, that is 55 lines, and they mentioned the tithi Kartik. Kartik is the month of Telugu calendar. Okay, and in this it was also mentioned the 5 kings or the 5 generations period before Vikramendra Bhattarika Varma. So this information was given in the second inscription of Tummalagudam. Who are they? Govindavarma, Madhavavarma, Vikramendra Varman I, Indra Bhattarika Varman, and then of course it is Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman. This Vikramendra Bhattarika, guys, he not only just gave the second inscription of Tummalagudam, but he has also given the Chikkala inscription. No need of remembering this Chikkala inscription, just the point you can have an idea that okay, Vikramendra Varma, he has given 2 inscription. One is second inscription of Tummalagudam and other is Chikkala inscription. And in this inscription he also talked about Parma Bhattarika Mahadevi. Who is Parma Bhattarika Mahadevi? She is the wife of Govindavarma. Yeah, he mentioned that she has been giving lot of donations. So this information was given in these 55 sentences. How did this inscription start? It started with the name Uttamashraya, who is the son of Satyashraya, and he lighted this earth as a sun with his victories. He has fought many wars, and that's how they, by worshipping Sri Parvata Swami. Sri Parvata Swami is who? He is one of the avatars of Vishnu, right? So Lord Rama is one of the avatars of Vishnu. Like that, Sri Parvata Swami is also one of the avatars of Vishnu. So by worshipping Sri Parvata Swami, they have established their Vishnu Kundina dynasty, and this dynasty's 5 generation information he has provided. He has talked about Madhavavarma, who has conducted sacrifices Ashwamedha, Bahu Suvarna, Pautraka and Vajapaya. I already talked about Ashwamedha Yagna, and then I have talked about Vajapaya Yaga also. These 2 yagas, my students will be very much familiar with what these 2 yagas is. The new thing is Bahu Suvarna and Paundraka. Guys, there will be so many sacrifices. We don't have to remember each and every point, because Vishnu Kundina dynasty was also not very famous at that time. So just remember that okay, Madhavavarma was one of the greatest kings, because performing Ashwamedha Yagna itself is a great achievement. So he was successfully able to perform Ashwamedha Yaga, and then he has performed Vajapaya, Bahusuvarna and Paundraka. Bahusuvarna meaning, see, Suvarna meaning gold, Bahu meaning many. So he was rich in gold, many gold or rich in gold. So these all information was provided by who? Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman. He said that Madhavavarman, he has performed all these sacrifices, and he told that Govindavarma, he was the follower of Buddhism, because we have seen in inscription 1 that he followed Buddhism rather than Sri Parvata Swami, right? So he gave importance to Lord Buddha at that time, and he mentioned that okay, this person, he followed Buddhism, and he gave the first Tummalagudam inscription. This was told by Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman. Yeah, it also said that the Vishnu Kundina dynasty, they have ruled in between three rivers or three oceans. That is, we have seen the territory, right? MP, MH and Telangana. So this comes in between three oceans: Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea and then Indian Ocean. This information was provided in the second inscription of Tummalagudam as well as first inscription of Tummalagudam. Now talking about Vikramendra Varman, that is Vikramendra Varman II's grandfather. What did he tell about his grandfather is, my grandfather, he was a devotee of Lord Buddha and he was a great warrior. He said that this person, like my grandfather, he is the son of the Vakataka princess. Now what can I say with this? His mother was from the Vakataka dynasty. I can say that or not? Yeah. So this information was provided by the second inscription given by Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman. And talking about himself, he said that from small age, like from the young age only, I have taken all the responsibilities to myself and I have been ruling my kingdom very nicely and I am protecting my kingdom just like my father did. So that's how he told about himself. He also said that he believed in donations also. See, he has donated village name Irundera. Okay, this was built by Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi. Guys, who is Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi? She is the wife of Govinda Varma. Remember, she is the wife of Govinda Varma. And this was donated by Vikramendra Varma. Which village is it? Irundera. Right? This is also important point. I told you that Vishnu Kundina and Ikshvakus, they are closely linked. So this Vishnu Kundina dynasty people, when Ikshvaku dynasty was about to decline, how it was about to decline? Starting from Rudra Purushadatta. During his time, Pallavas came and he tried to take hold of the kingdom. The Pallava king Shivaskanda Varma, he actually came and he took hold of the kingdom, but Simha, one of the Pallavas king, he entered into the Ikshvaku dynasty and he was taking a close look of the entire kingdom. So just like these people, Ikshvakus fought a war with Pallavas, Vishnu Kundina people also, they fought war with Pallavas. Yeah. After fighting with Pallavas, once he won, he went back to his capital and he donated Irundera village then and there. That is when he donated Irundera village. That is the importance of this village and the war. Okay, this was mentioned in what, guys? It is the second inscription of Tummalagudam, and he also gave many information about Parama Bhattarika Devi. What did I say? She is the one who built this Irundera. Irundera, that is a Buddhist vihara. Okay, Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi, they were all followers of Buddhism, and Vikramendra Varman, he was a follower of Sri Parvataswami. She was the mother of Madhava Varman, and since she followed Buddhism, she gave up all the earthly desires. Like when you are becoming a monk or a saint, you give up all your desires, right? So that quality she possessed, who Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi. So all this information was present in Tummalagudam inscription. That is why this inscription is very, 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 very important. Okay, so this is the end of today's class, guys. Tomorrow we are going to study about the actual home of Vishnu Kundinas. So what is their actual home? We have seen the territory, right, today only. So we'll look into few more details like the coins, where all it was found, and with this we'll try to get an estimation of the region and the ruling districts of Vishnu Kundina dynasty. The main highlights of today's class is the inscription, the sources, that is the first and the second inscription, the sources of the coins wherever it was found, which is in Nalgonda, Kondapur, Medak, Karimnagar and Kisargutta near Hyderabad. This is important. And the Tummalagudam inscription, which mentioned about 3 kings. Who was it issued by? That is also important. Issued by Govinda Varma, and it gave information about 3 kings or the 3 generations. Next, second inscription was given by Vikramendra Bhattarika Varman II. He gave this inscription in his 11th ruling year. He is the same person who gave the inscription, Chikkala inscription, and he talked about all of his generation members, and he talked about Govinda Varman's wife, that is Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi, who gave birth to Madhava Varma. So who followed which religion was also told in this. The viharas, chaityas, how grateful they are, how humble and how generous they are towards their people. All their greatness they have written in this inscription. They talk themselves that they are the Maharajas. So many information was given, and he donated the Irundera village. This was built by Parama Bhattarika Mahadevi. When did he build? When he won the war against Pallava Simha and he was returning to his capital. This information was given in the second inscription. With this, I end my today's class. If you like my video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up button, like, share and subscribe amongst your friends, and stay tuned. Keep learning. Happy reading. Bye bye.